Okay, so sweet morning, all divine angels. So let's do a summary of chapter 13, Project Coherence, making a world better, making a better world, basically. Now, what Dr. Dispenza mentioned in this chapter, it itself is a transformative chapter, where he introduces Project Coherence, a global initiative designed to harness the collective energy of individuals meditating together to create measurable change in the world. Rooted in the principle that coherent brain and heart waves can influence physical reality, Dispenza demonstrates how unified human consciousness can affect the environment. The project is built on the concept that when people enter elevated emotional states like love, gratitude, or compassion in a synchronized manner, their collective electromagnetic field becomes more ordered and powerful. This coherence, according to Dispenza, can influence crime rates, environmental conditions, and human behavior across distances. Using data from live events and spontaneous global meditations, he shares evidence of statistically significant reductions in crime and violence and measurable energetic shifts during these coherent group efforts. These findings support his belief that our inner world truly shapes our outer world. So Dr. Dispenza emphasizes that each person, by raising their personal frequency, contributes to the greater field of consciousness. He challenges readers to move beyond self-healing and step into service to humanity, becoming agents of change through intentional, emotional alignment and coherence. Ultimately, this chapter is a call to collective action, reminding us that we are powerful creators, capable of healing not only ourselves, but also the world around us together. Now, that was the summary of chapter 13. So, if any of you would like to add anything to this, a 1 minute, 2 minute thoughts, please go ahead. Because this is deeply connected with chapter 14. In fact, I would strongly recommend you to say something at least so that you also feel connected to what we are discussing. So, yeah, please go ahead. Whatever is coming to your mind on this talk, on this concept, please go ahead.
Good morning. So, these spiritual leaders, when they do the meditations, we hear the same things happening, and even I have experienced personally the shift in energy when we do like group meditations or these kind of things.
Brilliant.
Yes, this is the same as कि जब हम एक हैवी चीज को सिंगल फोर्स लगाएं और मल्टीपल फोर्स लगाएं इन द सेम वे कि हमारे आसपास की जो एनर्जी है उसको अपलिफ्ट करने के लिए एक सिंगल पर्सन बैठा है एंड व्हेन द ग्रुप इज मेडिटेटिंग द एनर्जी विल बी डिफरेंट. हम उसको मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में भी देखें और स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड में, दोनों चीजों में सेम ही फंडा अप्लाई होता है. एक पर्सन कर रहा है दैट विल हैव वेरी स्लो इम्पैक्ट, एंड जब वो ग्रुप के लिए मतलब कलेक्टिव कॉन्शियसनेस पे काम कर रहा है एंड व्हेन इट बिकम्स अ ग्रुप जस्ट टेक्स द चार्ज एंड दे ऑल कम टुगेदर कम अहेड, तो एकदम से जो है ग्रुप की मतलब कलेक्टिव कॉन्शियसनेस का अपलिफ्टमेंट होना बहुत इजी हो जाता है एंड इट इज फॉर श्योर दैट इट विल बिकम.
Thank you, Sanjana.
Yeah.
Yes, others, please share your thoughts.
Yeah. The thing is, when I was reading the book, The Power of Positive Thinking, they also in that book also it emphasizes that what is the importance of doing a group meditation. So I don't know what is the purpose behind or the intention behind doing the meditation. For different people, it is different. Because the Paramahansa Yogananda in his autobiography told that there is a for some people, they do meditation for the purpose of enhancing the focus and the concentration. But the real meaning of meditation is to attune towards the higher divine intelligence, to connect with the God, to know the God. And in this book of Power of Positive Thinking, the Jesus, like what the Jesus says, that when you people do a group meditation, when two or more people are sitting in a group and doing meditation, I personally come and amidst between them. I sit between them. So how powerful, how beautiful it is when we do a group meditation. We can sense, as Shivani very correctly said, that I can see the shift in energy when we do the group meditation. So that's the power of the group meditation. Even I experiences the group meditation when I'm doing it solo and when I'm doing it in a group. So definitely there is a shift of energy, and it has been quoted in the different books, the importance of group meditation.
Brilliant. Thank you, Somita. Yes, Dr. Adukya.
No, group meditation does help, uh, creating a power. So that's my experience. Thank you.
And finally, Mangala ma'am.
Well, I think the mind is when we develop our mind, I think transformation starts there because the whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it is capable of achieving, whether it's a small thing or big thing. So every step that we take towards building a higher level of consciousness is a small step which you take through breathing, through concentration, through focusing on something which is beyond us and which can, so to say, create what shall I say, like a cloud. It can spread where others can put in their thoughts also and their consciousness, and then I think this brings about a transformation.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead with chapter 14. And here we go.
Sir, today you forgot to snap.
I've already taken pictures.
Oh, you're too fast.
So, but I will start like I will strongly recommend each one of you to come on the camera at least for a minute so that we can take a live picture of all of us.
That's what I said.
And then we start our
Just a
conversation.
minute, just a minute. Please switch on the light.
Yes. So let's go ahead with the discussion.
I would just like to make a comment. It's not a part of a discussion, I think. Personally, having heard the entire case which was read today, I think it's a tussle between what the medical field has to say and what mysticism has in its interpretation. And I do not know if one would accept what the other said. Mystics have something different to say, and the medical science, especially professional doctors, I'm talking of, not those who claim they know a little bit of medicine, but who have done advanced studies, their approach to these type of things is somehow very different. That's all what I would like to say. I'm not saying this is right or that is right, but the two approaches are exclusive, if not inclusive. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Yes,
But
you're
we must
right,
read this
Mangala.
afterward chapter also.
Sorry?
We must read
Yes,
this afterward chapter also. It's a small chapter.
that's. Shall we
And
do it today?
let's do it today. Let's do it today.
Yes, because I am really curious to read that.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yes, Pinaki, are you there?
Yeah, so fantastic. And finally, we came to the end of reading this book. So let's have some inputs, views, insights from each one of you, at least for a minute or so. So Shivani, you start, then we can follow up with Dr. Rajkumar, Mangala ma'am,
So
Pravina,
share my
Sonita,
experience.
Angel.
Yeah, okay. I'll share my experience.
Please.
Like group meditations and these kind of activities do work. And I do attend like morning sessions with BSR. So a lot of people they come forward and when he takes like sharings from people. So a lot of people come forward and they share that a lot of diseases have been cured. So that gives more belief into these things. When people come and say just because of attending this session or this kind of meditation or something like that, he takes like this thing, happiness retreat, and recently has launched manifestation retreats. So the first one just happened few days back, and the next one is in November. So I'm thinking even to attend that one. So let's see. And when people do share these kind of sharings that yes, this thing has been transformed, or I have transformed this disease into a healthy state, or something like that. Definitely, it adds on to our beliefs, and few other places I have experienced when like either you see with the Shri Ravi Shankar ji or any other like BK Shivani or any other group meditations, definitely they impact a lot. Even Bikash Patra, he has shared his experience. I hope you also went for this Brahma Kumaris, no?
Yes, I'm a part
So
of
you
that
can share.
IT wing.
Right. Right, right. So you can share your own experience as well. So definitely it helps, and music adds a lot more effect to healings and all such kind of things. So I have seen like a lot of times just listening to some good song or maybe like yesterday SOS session also ma'am played this Om Manipada. So just few days back I was listening the same chanting from Nitya Shanti ji, and then ma'am played yesterday. So it's a Buddhist mantra for like letting me to blossom as a lotus flower amidst all the negativity of the world. So that's the meaning of this shlok. And yeah, definitely it was very soothing. And I'll share one more this thing, or a podcast or audio you say, that elevated my moods, energy, and this thing, energy and vibrations. I felt a different vibration after just listening to that. So I'll share it in the group. So a lot of times sound is, as we read on in Swar Vigyan or other things, that sound is the real healing power of this universe. And even a lot of times I have read that the sound of Om is coming from the sun. The sound of the sun is the Om. Um, so definitely these kind of sounds or the Thai bells we hear, so they go deeper and they connect. And a lot of time when you listen to such kind of music, you feel elevation in your energy levels. So this is what I'm sharing my experience.
Brilliant.
So
Thank you.
Even I attended 2 decades ago Shiv Khera's program. So there also I saw the vibrations in the atmosphere, and that's why I prefer to go to such events. So the vibration was totally different, and the room was filled with the electrifying energy, and so all these things definitely attracted me, my attention to go and experience it.
Phenomenal, Shivani. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, who would like to take it up next? Yes, Sumita, Sanjana, Mangala ma'am.
Well, I have a little different approach in the sense I think these three M's do have an impact. They do create a positivity. And when I say the three M's, I mean M for music, M for mind, and M for meditation. All three combined do have an impact. They do bring about a lot of mental peace. They do create vibrations where others can be a part of it and become more transformative, just not change and alteration, but they do bring about a certain transformation. But to say that it can replace medical problems is a bit too much, because there are nerves, there are muscles which do get displaced or weak, and which do have a certain power, no doubt. They do bring about a change. The pain so that associated with it can be rectified, uh, but I don't think it can replace medical science. Then in that case, there would be no deaths, there would be no pain. But so these mystics do have an impact. I don't say they don't, but to say that they altogether transform is a bit too much. Thank you.
Wow, great, wonderful.
Yes, you are right, Mangla ma'am. Medicine has and medical field has its own role. But at the same time, what the mystics say, because where this medical medicine surrender means medical line surrenders, from there the spiritual journeys, the mystical journey begins. Then it takes over कि अच्छा अब तुमसे नहीं हो रहा, let me take. Then it is not denying कि मेडिकल लाइन की कोई इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं है, बट इट इज एडिंग ऑन, इट इज जस्ट एडिंग ऑन टू दैट कि जस्ट अब चलो हम इस बंदे को तैयार करते हैं कि ये मेडिसिन को रिसेप्टिव हो जाएगा, बिकॉज दे बिकम द प्लेसिबो एट दैट टाइम। अदरवाइज उससे पहले वो मेडिसिन को भी रिजेक्ट कर रहा है, उसकी बॉडी, उसके सेल्स, उसके हार्मोन उनको एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं कर रहे, दे आर नॉट रिसेप्टिव। बट व्हेन द मिस्टिकल experiences adds on there, क्योंकि अभी जो केस स्टडीज वी हैव रेड सो फार उसमें भी यही था कि medicines may no doubt has worked. The very last experience we have read that it has been quoted itself कि जब medicines तो चल ही रही थी, मेडिकल लाइन अपना काम कर रही थी, हाउ कैन वी डिनाई दैट, हाउ कैन वी डिनाई इट इज अनडिनाइबल फैक्ट कि मेडिसिन जो मेडिकल लाइन है उसका अपना इंपॉर्टेंस है ही है, बट इट एड्स ऑन। क्योंकि जब डॉक्टर्स आर सेइंग कि यू कैन नॉट सर्वाइव, यू विल नॉट लिव मोर, but when he just started creating his own, he just sent that into intention to the quantum field that this too shall pass, I gonna be okay, I gonna be okay. Then he started, uh, he became receptive to the medicines too. And it is undeniable कि when mystic experiences adds on, because generally एक ही बीमारी से कुछ लोग मर रहे हैं, कुछ बच रहे हैं, सो व्हाट इज वर्किंग ओवर देयर, कहीं
There,
उनका
what is
फैक्टर।
working is, I think each body has different responses. Each
एग्जैक्टली,
one's capacity, the cells are built differently.
एग्जैक्टली,
So it is
बट
medical science which is more powerful than mysticism, according to me.
Huh, everybody have their own experiences
Meditation,
and faith.
mysticism does help, but
Hmm.
ultimately the final word is with nature, which is backed by medicine, where there is a lot of scientific study to prove something can happen or something can't happen. What mystics case claim is, it works so well in a country like India where people just
Hmm.
accept things blindly. But blindness has its own limitations, and medical science is definitely more empowering, more vast, more,
Yes, yes,
it is
yes.
based on studies.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I think that is more powerful.
Yeah, I totally agree. That is powerful, but mysticism adds on its power because Joe Dispenza's book is giving a clear-cut evidence to that. How the chemicals in body changes and how the patterns are changing. We have seen, I think you would have gone through the big initial chapters when he is
Yeah.
showing clearly through the scans. Even I'm not a medical person, but yet I have seen those scans that there is a difference, and these patterns can be done because a number of cases I have also observed when the people were told by the doctors that you will have to go with this kind of condition, health condition through the life. And some of my own personal experiences are also there. And when the mysticism entered into their lives, the things went the other way. So everybody have their own experience. Nobody is right or nobody is wrong. Everybody is correct in his own term. Everybody have their own belief system, have their own world. Yet mysticism uh, values its importance and its worth in our life cannot be denied. And it of course adds on.
Yeah, it adds, it cannot
Mhm.
replace.
Not replacement because in the same way medical line cannot replace the mysticism cannot, they are just complementary to each other.
No, they are not.
Yes, I mean, I just wanted to intrude. See, the important lessons which life has taught me is trust and faith is important, but never let them blind your intelligence, right?
Of
Trust
course.
and faith are important, but never let them blind your intelligence. Now, simple, the entire theory of a life works on the two words, love and hatred. Now, to just understand in a simpler way, when you create anger, like whenever you are angry, according to the medical science, what is released in your blood? Cortisol hormone, right? So we are responsible of creating diseases in our body. And when we are responsible for creating a disease in our body, we too are responsible of healing them. So, if through my hatred thoughts, if through my bitterness thought, I created a cortisol hormone in my blood, and I've, according to the medical science, if I understand that this cortisol hormone has played a huge role in creating a disease in my body, it could be a cancer, it could be any other diseases, you can name it. So yes, Louis Hay, in the book of Louis Hay, You Can Heal Your Life, it has been very well said that our thoughts create our emotion, and through our emotion we manifest the diseases in our body. And the simple scientific experience, and it is all backed up by an scientific experiments, that when you are angry you are creating a cortisol hormones in your blood, and this cortisol hormone can have a huge side effects in your body, and which leads to the diseases. And moment we convert, and in the Joe Dispenza chapter, the if it's very well written that we all are interconnectedness is through the love. The moment we change our thought, and as Sanjana said, that in that that moment of death, when doctors said it, that there is no life, it could be you can bring all the papers to work over it, that is called as a learned optimism. In that state of ICU, when he was in that brim of life at one end and death of the other end, the learned optimism through her thoughts that person has created, that is, this too shall pass. And that learned optimism, we should all learn how we can, through our thoughts, we can create the emotions. Emotions are nothing but the chemical cocktail which is produced by our body through our thoughts. So emotions or the chemicals, so our body is nothing but a chemical factory, right? And these chemicals are secreted through our thoughts. So if in your meditation, if you're creating a thought of love, then understand what kind of chemicals are creating in your body. Look at the monk. If you just go through, and even the Sadhguru's brain, they have done the scanning, and they have done the scanning of certain monks who are practicing the meditation over the years. And because we all are triangle, the three triangles are, one is medical, one is that the meditation, and one is what are the ancient. So if we connect all these things, we come to the conclusion that we, body will take us the experiences which our thoughts are creating it. So if we create a good thoughts, or elevated emotions, and elevated emotions are created nothing but from a thought. So in a BK Shivani's beautiful book Power of Thought, all these things are explained it very well, that how our body is nothing but a chemical factory, and these chemicals are created by our thought. And simply by replacing the thought of bitterness to the thought of love, we can create a new chemicals in our body, and these chemicals have an impact on a disease. And I have personally witnessed many people in my own family, when after reading the Louis Hay book, that was my very first book of self-help journey, You Can Heal Your Life, in which, and then when I just compared and experienced through the doctors, through the people in my home, those people who are getting a disease, you can just understand, like if somebody have a diabetes, I can read their mind that okay, that person have a controlling nature, because that's a deep chapter. I don't want it to give you a few nuggets and create a complexity to it. But entire thing, the world entire revolves around these two words, love and hatred. And you can experience, when you have that elevated emotion of love and gratitude, what chemicals are secreted in your body. When you have the emotion of love, hatred or bitterness or resentment, what kind of chemicals are secreted. So for me, our body is nothing but a cocktail of chemicals, the cocktail of, and these chemicals are produced through our thoughts. And this chapter is excellent. I mean, I thought I will not speak today, but just to answer Mangla ma'am's question, I intervened it because I'm still absorbing the each and every line of this chapter. So, like you once need to read, if not the entire book, if we read these two chapters which we studied today, it can make a huge difference. Just we need a self-reflection on this chapter, on each word, on each para, on each page of this book. That's all from my end.
Brilliant.
Somita, you can talk about me. You are saying if someone has diabetes, and I can tell. So you can tell about me.
I didn't got it, Shivani.
I do have diabetes, but you can talk about me if you want to.
Yes, 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 yes.
Maybe here or maybe
I'm in
later.
some other session because I'm
Okay.
still collecting so many inputs from
Sure,
what
sure.
we have read today.
Essentially, in this book, what Dr. Joe Dispenza did, that he connected mysticism with science. This book is all about that all the mystical experiences that we're having, what is the science behind it and how that works. So this is the book which is actually bridging the gap between medicine and the mind. You know, as Smita was talking about. So, okay, before I say anything, yeah, Pravina, you wanted to add something. Please go ahead.
Whatever Joe Dispenza has shared is something new to us because
By generations, we are hardwired with fight and flight response. And it is not by conscious mind, not by thinking. It is body memory. Just recently, I have done the Vipassana meditation for 10 days, and it is also the same thing. Like you have to sit quietly 10 days and just see inward what your body's response to the thought, and just uh, being a viewer, or just see, being drushta for that all thoughts and feelings and the body reaction to that. When you see as a third person to these things, then only you can control these things. And this is, you have to work at subconscious level or muscle memory level, because by birth the child when grows in the womb, he looks like his father or mother, or generations like his grandparents, etc. How this happened? Through the muscle memory. And the muscle memory can be treated or changed with the help of meditation only, because it is subconscious level programming. So yes, I think what Joe Dispenza shared, that by working with our muscle memory, by meditation, the heart and mind coherence, we can change our muscle memory, because it is, everything is energy, and we can change it with how, the only thing is, it is very difficult, it is not common, not everybody can do that. So the medical science is working, because medicines work with everybody. But this to make change in your muscle memory, and that through that to make change in your body is very difficult thing. It needs too much practice, too much expertise. But uh, with conscious efforts and with right techniques, you can do that definitely. It's my opinion.
Absolutely, Pravina. I agree with you 100%. And the first fundamental block, the foundation is awareness. The moment you are aware that certain kind of non-beneficial emotions are occurring in your body, you can catch yourself. As in a childhood, we used to play the statue game, right? So moment there's a turn statue, that means to stop, right? So moment as you have to play this statue game to yourself. The moment you come across with any kind of non-beneficial emotion in your mind, in your body, you just say, catch yourself. Oh, I'm getting angry, just be in that awareness state. So awareness, so I can't say it's difficult, but as you said, if you have a right tools and if you know how to work on those tools, definitely it's very easy. So, to change the muscle memory is our responsibility. So, once we start taking our life as our responsibility, we can immediately change it, right? And the first is awareness, catching yourself, catch, pause, switch, catch, pause, switch. So, moment you catch yourself that yes, I'm getting angry because I have certain, expectations not met reality, and hence I'm getting angry. I catch my thoughts. I want other person to behave in such a way. But at the same time, as Joe Dispenza said in this book, if you take peace at your heart level, okay, so if I create this, I have need to accept. I need to accept the person the way it is. I need to accept the person. The moment that acceptance, it requires courage. As you very well said, it's not easy, it requires courage. So moment you take and accept, you take charge of your life, you accept the other person the way he or she is, and from that space of acceptance, if you think that you need to develop that connectedness towards that person, then you work on it. You work on the discussion level, you work as an NLP level, you work on the various facets to develop. And if you don't want it to connect, and if you see that no, I'm powerful in myself, why I need to connect, I'm supreme, then that's where the learning and complete disconnection goes off. So you have to be peace within yourself in order to work on the other person. But since if you are also in that chemical cocktail of anger, resentment, bitterness, definitely the things will not work out. So old has to fall apart and fall away before something new flourishes. So this body muscle memory has to go off before that mind intelligence and new neural patterns to work over it.
Fantastic. Good. So we had a wonderful experience, almost, I believe, for about 6 months with this book. And as I said, read, think, act, and then make a difference. That should be, at least according to me. So I don't know what process you follow when you pick up a book. But what I follow is read, think, act, and make a difference. Now, look, I won't take much time because it's already 8:11. I'll just allow you to think over this, that you think that you are standing inside a medicine shop, and this is probably the world's biggest medicine shop that is there. And you're just standing inside that shop, and then look around that shop, that medicine shop, pharmacy shop. You know what you see? All those things which are there on the shelves. What do you see on the shelves? They are all different chemicals. And if you are not needing any of them, that means your body is producing those chemicals. Your body is intelligent enough to produce those chemicals at the quantity it is required, where it is to be produced and where it is to be delivered and what action needs to be done. Otherwise, you and I would have died within a few hours because we are exposed to so many diseases. And that world's largest medicine shop, where you are standing right now, that constitutes hardly 1% of the pharmacy factory that you are. So mysticism is the reality. Medicine is just plugging the loopholes, and that could only do 1%. Medicine is our research. हमने खोज नहीं किया, हमने research किया, दोबारा खोज किया. God already हमें बना के भेज दिया है. So let's see, you are the world's best pharmacy factory. You enjoy that and make sure that your factory is running in fully working condition. So essentially what I would like to connect today is focusing on the word spiritual. I got a beautiful way of looking at this word spiritual, and it says that when you connect your spirit with the ritual, that is spirituality is all about. Now, the rituals that we are supposed to follow to stay healthy, if you are not doing that, we are doing something else, and we are connecting our spirit to that, that spiritual activity is giving rise to all these health challenges that we are having today. Listen to this very carefully. So rituals that you and I need to follow to stay healthy, mentally, emotionally, and physically. If we are not following it and we are following something else with our spirit aligned to it, like getting up late in the morning, working late at night, the kind of sedentary lifestyle that we are having. This is a real life experience of how we are connecting your spirit to the new rituals that you have created, that you and I have created. So if you're not following the rituals of the nature, we are getting automatically into a state of dis-ease. Like we are not at ease. And when that dis-ease state continues for a long time, it shows up its signs and symptoms in different ways. So, and naturally, to counter that, we need the medicines. So what this fundamental book is all about is that it is, in fact, what Joe Dispenza and his team, along with all the researchers, all the research publications that he has put at the end of the book, they are all talking about the science of spirituality, how the science works, what is the science behind spirituality. And as Sumita was talking about, as Pravina was talking about, Sanjana was talking about, Shivani was sharing her experiences, it all starts with a thought. A thought क्या है? Thought उन्हीं chemicals का ही game है. It's of the game, and this is a biological autonomous body. It is a fully functional factory which runs on its own. इससे अजूबा और क्या हो सकता है दुनिया में? That it's a जीता जागता चलता फिरता machine है which is taking care of it. So I just want to bring your awareness here, and as I always say, that be consciously aware and be consciously connected with your thoughts, and see how miracles happen. See, miracles are already happening. If you're not having a good quality of life right now, that itself is a miracle. That because of this, despite all this, you are still alive. Isn't it a miracle? You are not following the rules of the nature. You are creating your own rules. You are creating your own rituals, and then you are connecting your spirit with those rituals, and you are still alive. This itself is a miracle. So I just want to end the conversation here, and thank you so much for this wonderful book reading, book thinking, book acting, and making a difference. I know the kind of activity that we are doing is it is actually supernatural activity that we are doing every Sunday in the morning between 6:30 and 8 o'clock. I don't know आप उसको कैसे लेते हो, but I look at it as a collective meditation. Imagine for last 90 minutes we are in a complete meditative state, probably at the gamma frequency level, the highest one. जहाँ पे हम actually we are consciously aware of what we are doing, what we are listening, what we are thinking. Imagine you are also consciously aware of what you are thinking. You are also consciously aware what others are thinking and that you are thinking. You know, this is the highest form of meditation that we are actually experiencing in this on a Sunday morning, every Sunday morning if you are in this session. You must thank yourself for that. You have added it as a ritual in your life that Sunday morning मेरा ritual यही है, and you have connected your spirit to that. You are not even getting distracted with anything, whatever is happening in your life. Nah? So let us continue this journey with this another book that Sanjan has suggested. It's a wonderful book. In fact, it's 10th edition now available. I found that the earlier edition was there on Amazon. It was costing around 900 rupees. Now this 10th edition costing around 5,000 rupees. The paperback version is costing around 5,000 rupees.
Which
It
book?
is the Introduction to Psychology by Plotnick. And there was another author with him. So it's one of the most well-researched book on psychology. Again, another way of connecting the dots between the science and the spirituality. So Sanjana has already shared the PDF version. You can take a look at it. And I'd strongly recommend let's get on with that book next Sunday onwards. Okay. So thank you so much. Making a big difference in my life. Mangalam, we can't hear you. So making a big difference in my life. I just want to thank you for that. I just want to express my deep gratitude for being punctual on every Sunday and making a difference to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So if any of you would like to add any last few words, please go ahead.
Yeah, it has been a wonderful experience for me reading this book with all of you. Thank you so much for accepting, choosing, and taking the lead, Pinaki and you all, to make this happen. And hardly me and Pinaki had missed one session during all the time. One session Pinaki has missed and one I have missed. Otherwise, through the time we have been very punctual. And
Yeah,
we
I
have
was
been,
driving at that point of time, so naturally I had to miss.
yeah, and it was just like through the week I used to wait कि Sunday will come, and no matter at what time I'm going to bed on Saturday, being weekend, so sometimes it happens that guests are there or we are out for dinners and those things. Yet everybody used to say, "सुबह मत उठना, put your alarms off." So I said कि चलो मुझे बस leave it on me. You just take your sleep, and I will just do whatever I want. And this is just like a spiritual ritual for me to read this book in the morning on every Sunday with all of you. So thank you so much for this elevated, and the biggest intake from for me is the elevated emotion. And very recent experience I had the day before yesterday, night before yesterday. Suddenly at 1, I had a high grade fever with no reason and no symptoms, prior symptom. At 1 o'clock, I started shivering. Even 4, 5 coverings did not stop me. And my husband, my son was just taking care of me. And yet, I was just keep saying, I'm healthy, I'm fit, I'm healthy. So that emotion worked. And in the morning, I was absolutely fine. So, elevated emotion is the biggest intake for me from this book, and plus blessing the energy centers that I'm working with my course also that is going on with chakras balancing and activation, and that is bringing wonderful results. So the biggest, I'm really grateful to Jodi Spenja for writing this beautiful book and connecting us, for connecting all of us for this, for reading this book. Thank you so much for your positive energy and bringing that much clarity, because some of the things were sort of challenge, because to continuously read a book sometimes become monotonous, and when we read in group that brings a different energy. Although I'm reading many books at the same time, like Somita has mentioned, uh, Louis Hayes Heal Your Life, that is also one of the life changing book for me, that fastened my belief that we can heal our life. So that is the biggest example for anybody, that we have that power. The power is within us. So thank you so
Very true.
much.
Let
Thank
me
you
just
so
add one line to this elevated emotions. You know, observe which emotions you are elevating.
much.
Consciously observe, because when things are not working in your favor, you are
See,
elevating some other
yes,
emotion.
yes. Yes, yes, yes. On unconsciously, we are elevating number of emotions. All the anger, revenge, all these frustrations are the elevated emotion itself, because our life is absolutely driven by emotions. So we have to consciously choose from the buffet which dish we are going to consume, which thought from the buffet of thoughts we have to pick intentionally the right thought, and then because thought leads to emotions. So emotions, to take a charge of our emotions, we have to firstly take a charge of thoughts. So intentionally, we have to choose the right thoughts from the buffet that is before, because 60 to 70,000 thoughts are there in a day, and we cannot trust all of them. We cannot follow all of them. So one thought that we want to have, we have to be wise in that selection, and the selection comes with the awareness. The right thing is to pause, think, and select is the right behavior we have to follow. And after reading this book, uh, we all should, I think, decide to choose the thoughts wisely. Only then we will have that power to choose the intention to elevate.
Thank you. I really like this buffet of thoughts.
Yeah,
Sundar.
Pinaki, I want to add.
Yes, Manish, please go ahead.
So the point is, like all the discussion today, they all make so much value out of it. So just want to add to that is that we should what I am doing these days is I focus on the power of my heart, right? See, just like when I'm thinking every day about achieving a goal or making something which is very important for my life, right? I just align that thought with the power of my heart, like is it my desire of my heart, or is it what it is? So the idea is like uh, like more stronger we give the power to our thought, like yes, I want to achieve this goal, I want to heal myself or anything what is important for you. So align that thought with the power of your heart. Just put your hand on the heart and see, does what your heart says. Yes, it is aligned with my thought. Yes. So the thing is, when you align your thought with the power of the heart, it is like a desire of the universe, and you have to just and believing, like listening to the power of just following the intention of your heart is believing in the power of the universe.
Hmm.
Because magnetic field in the heart is so powerful. So we have to believe in that power. Yeah, because everything revolves around beliefs. If you can believe in something so strong, you will always have that self confidence. And just remind yourself every time when you feel like losing energy, motivation, or whatever it is. So the heart has that source of infinite fuel. What you need to achieve, whatever you want in life. What I believe.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
You have also
I think
mentioned
that all.
Joe Dispenza has also
Sorry.
mentioned in the same book with heart brain coherence. Joe Dispenza has also talked
Yeah,
about
yeah.
this same
And
in his same book in the chapter brain heart coherence.
and the power of
Coherence.
and the coherence of the heart is 60 times higher than mind. I read it somewhere in the power of the heart. So the heart is,
Yes,
I believe, yeah, is a
yes,
very
Manish, you are
powerful
right.
thing.
Because this is the connection between the upper frequencies and lower frequencies. Means our lower chakras and upper chakras have the link between through the heart. Because when you just activate your heart, that creates a connection and link between the lower three chakras and upper three chakras. So it must be powerful, and this is the center of love and compassion. So you are absolutely right, because heart is the biggest friend of us. Means this is the most powerful friend of us if we become friendly and we start listening to it. So you are doing very nice practice, and I must appreciate your efforts and you are doing.
Yeah, just I think I find it very powerful for myself. So I thought of sharing with you all you
Not
guys
for you
because
only, it is for all of us. If we activate our
no, I'm sharing
heart
my
chakra,
experience. I'm sharing my experience. Like whenever started doing that, so I'm finding a lot of difference in my way of working. Yeah.
yes. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much, Manish.
All right. So thank you so
Yes.
much. Let's disperse and make your day amazing.
Yeah.
Yes,
Same to
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Same to you. Thank you.